Listen up, fellas. Most guys figure when a woman's not into you, she just dusts her hands and walks off without a second thought. Not quite how it plays out, though. Sure, she might brush you off, give you the cold shoulder, or act like you're invisible. But here's the kicker. She doesn't always cut the cord clean. Why? 'Cause wanting you and feeling tied to you, two different beasts. She might not see sparks flying, but something about how you roll keeps her hooked in ways she can't quite pin down. You've seen it. A gal shoots a dude down but still lingers, drops a random, "Hey, you good?" or flips her vibe when he steps back. She's not mixed up. She's caught, emotionally tangled, even if she doesn't get why. The truth is, women wrestle with letting go of guys who leave a mark. Guys who carry that vibe that sticks. It's not about kissing up, chasing tail, or flexing your worth. It's deeper, hitting those hidden switches in her head that keep you on her radar, even when she's fighting it. Where most dudes flop is they either grovel for a glance or vanish like smoke. The real juice. Figuring out what's got her tethered and steering that energy your way. Do it right, and she's left with a mix of respect, an itch to know more, and maybe a twinge of should have kept him. She didn't want you back then. Now you're the guy she's side-eyeing, rethinking her call. In this video, I'm laying out 7 rock-solid reasons women can't shake certain men loose. No cheap tricks or pickup lines here. Just straight-up principles that hold water, no matter the dating scene. Get these under your belt, and you'll never feel like a chump when she pulls back. You'll turn into the guy she can't scrub from her mind. Think about it. When you stop scrambling to be seen and start owning your space, she feels that shift. Maybe she didn't give you a second look before, but now she's wondering what she missed. It's not begging or ghosting that flips the script. It's knowing your ground and standing firm. That's stoic grit. You don't need her to spell out your value. You live it, and she senses the weight. I've set up a crew over on Podium where I break this down, step by step. Real talk, no fluff. It's practical stuff to pump up your confidence and forge ties that mean something. Bonus for the quick movers. The first 20 guys in get a sweet discount. Don't sleep on it. Click the link below and lock your spot. Got a buddy who's stuck in the same rut? Pass this along. If you're ready to ditch the chase and be the man she can't shake, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Drop this in the comments. I hold the reins, not her. Stay steady, brothers. Your power's in your hands. 1. You trigger her emotional memory. Picture this, fellas. There's a reason she can't scrub you from her mind, even after shutting the door on you. It's not your bank account, your ride, or how slick you look. It's the emotional footprint you stamped on her. Guys tend to lean on facts, thinking they can argue their way into her heart. But that's not how this works. She might have waved you off, but those little echoes of how you hurt her feelings, they linger. A woman is wired to tuck away those emotional hits deep. Give her a jolt of thrill, a dash of "what's he up to?" or even a spark of tension, and you're the one she's replaying, not the sweet guy who's always there. Ever wonder why she keeps drifting back to a dude who rocked her world, even if he didn't stick around? That's the tug of raw emotion. Most men bomb this. They overdo the safe bet, steady as a metronome, no twists, no edge. That's fine for a comfy gig, but it doesn't hook her. She'll tune out if you're too open a book. But a guy who stirs her pot with some grit, a little enigma, or just being a wild card, he's burned into her memory, tough to shake loose. Recall that gal who said no thanks but couldn't stay gone. She's over it, yet still sniffing around your tracks. What's that about? You left a scar, man. Something she can't dodge. Could have been your quiet steel. How you cracked her up. Or that you didn't beg like the others. Take two dudes. One's blowing up her phone, tossing "you're perfect" left and right, nodding to every word she says. The other. He drops a convo that lights her up, then pulls a vanishing act, leaving her stewing on where he's at. Who's haunting her thoughts? The vanished guy, 'cause he's got her emotions on a string. This isn't some player move. It's about being the standout. You don't win her by listing your stats. You stick by being the odd one out. Women hang on to guys who hand them a feeling they can't find just anywhere. Not the tame pick, but the one with a pulse. She might have passed you over once, but that itch you left behind, it's why she's still circling, still digging, still hooked on you. Here's the Stoic spin. Your strength's in the wake you leave, not the leash you grab. You don't need her to rubber stamp your value. You carry it, and she feels the ripples, ready to be the shadow she can't shake off. Then pound that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Toss this in the comments, brothers. I'm the vibe she can't kill. That's your badge. Wear it and let her mind wrestle with it. 2. You represent a challenge. Buckle up, brothers. Women don't let go of a man who's a mountain they can't just stroll up. In today's game, attention's cheap. Dudes are out here flooding her notifications, kissing the ground she walks on, practically auditioning for her approval. But the guy who lingers in her skull, he's the one who doesn't roll out the red carpet. He's stingy with his clock, guarded with his heart, and slow to slap a gold star on her every move. She's hardwired to lock on to what's tough to snag. If you're a gimme, she'll yawn and swipe past. But make her climb for a piece of you, and you're the peak she's got to conquer. That's why she's hooked on the ones who hover just beyond her grip. It's not about eating a no for breakfast. It's the electric kick of cracking a vault worth the heist. Most fellas tank this. They reckon, if I lay it on thick, she'll see I'm the one. Wrong play, man. Shovel out your time and soul without her lifting a finger, and she'll treat it like pocket lint. She'll lap up the flattery, sure, but cling to you? Nah, you're no summit to scale. Picture two guys stepping up. The first one's glued to her texts. Wanna chill? On repeat, snapping back like he's got nothing else cooking. The second guy's a different breed. He spins a chat that crackles, then ghosts for a beat, living his life, answering when it suits him. Who's renting space in her head? The ghost, 'cause his clock ticks like a prize she's got to earn, not some free coupon. That's why she'll chase the dude who pulls back. Not 'cause he's icy, but 'cause he's got roots deep enough to stand without her watering them. This isn't about dodging her. It's about owning your turf. A man who knows his weight doesn't sprint to please. He's a riddle she's got to solve. Meet that guy, and cutting loose feels like soaring off a limb, even if she wasn't all in at the jump. She's left muttering, why's he not tripping over me like the rest? How's he rolling so smooth without my thumbs up? That gnawing itch. It's the glue keeping her stuck on you. Swing it, Stoic style. Your worth isn't a gift she hands out. You forge it, and she feels the heft. You don't need to be her errand boy to count. You plant your flag, and she's got to reach for it. Too many guys flop because they're wide open, always on deck, no resistance. But lock in your own groove, keep your orbit tight, and you're the one she can't shelve. Here's the raw cut. Don't be the chump. She can clock like a weather report. She'll claw onto the guy who made her sweat for a slice, not the lapdog panting at her heels. That's attraction's brutal math. Be the chase, not the court. Ready to ditch the pick-me act and be the peak she can't summit. Pound that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Toss this in the comments, fellas. I'm the climb she can't quit. That's your war cry. Belt it and watch her scramble. 3. You create a sense of loss. Step back a sec, brothers. Women don't just file away guys who were decent. They haunt over the ones they feel they fumbled. It's like a slow burn in her chest. When she knows she had a crack at a man who mattered, then it slips away. That sting flips her whole script. She might have been lukewarm before, but the second she sees you're no longer hers to call, the ground shakes. That's why peeling out with steel in your spine is a man's heaviest punch. Most dudes, when they sniff her pulling back, start flailing, chasing her down, spilling their guts, trying to talk it back to life. That's a swing and a miss. She doesn't hear your chatter. She feels the void you leave behind. Drift off smooth. Quit feeding her your spotlight. Keep carving your path. She'll catch the breeze of what's missing. Ever wonder why you crave something only when it's gone? Rarity turns dust to diamonds. If you were always her shadow, she never had to imagine you missing. But pull your weight out of her orbit, and that hollow spot claws at her, even if she wasn't all that into you at the start. Here's the slip-up most guys make. They bolt, but they botch the exit. Some stomp off, barking, "You're done," or "You'll see what you lost." That's flimsy as hell. A king doesn't yell about leaving. He just walks. Quiet. No fanfare. No tears. Picture this showdown. 2 fellas in the fray. One flips when she cools, pleading she's wrong, lingering till she blinks. The other clocks the fade, says nothing, just eases out. No texts, no "You okay?" no fuss. Keeps his wheels turning. Who's looping in her mind? The silent one, 'cause he dug a gap she can't fill. She bows to the guy who strides off without a wobble. It's proof you don't lean on her to stand tall. And here's the twist. When she senses you're gone for real, the what-ifs sneak in. Did I drop the ball? Even if she didn't crave you back then, now it's like a piece of her puzzle is lost. Those flashes, your steady vibe, how you stood apart, start flickering. She might not dive back right off, but that nag sticks, rattling her cage. Swing it. Stoic. Your value's not her echo. You hammer it out, and she hears it when you're dust. You don't grovel to keep her glow. You stoke your own fire. Too many stumble 'cause they clutch at her fading spark. Panic makes them weak. But lift your chin, let her drift, and you're the ghost she can't bury, even if she barely noticed you before. Pause and chew on this. Why cling when you can glide? Be the man who doesn't quake at her exit, and you flip into the one she dreads losing, ready to shed the chase and claim your turf. Slam that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Toss this in the comments, fellas. My shadow's her storm. That's your anthem. Belt it and let her wrestle the silence. 4. You are a source of emotional stability. Pull up a chair, brothers. There's a quiet fire in being the man she didn't know she needed till you're gone. She might not flash it, but deep down, she leans hard on a guy who's her steady pulse, her cool breeze, her North Star, even if she brushed you off like it was nothing. When it clicks that you were the one keeping her head above water, letting you slip feels like she's chucked her own lifeline. Most dudes swing wild, either dumping a tornado of drama or a flat line of meh into her days. The wild ones spin her into a mess of yelling, shaky nerves and quicksand vibes. The dull ones drone on, too tame, leaving her yawning with nothing to grip. But you, the rare breed who's a damn fortress and still lights a spark, you're tattooed in her bones. Women ride bigger emotional waves than us, and those swells can swamp them cold. That's why they lock onto a guy who stands like an oak through the storm. Tough, patient, unbowed. If you were the one who held the line when her world wobbled, hushed her chaos when panic clawed, or pointed her straight when she was spinning, she'll scour the earth for that and come up empty. Most fellas flub it. They either play her shrink, sopping up every tear like a sponge, or turn stone deaf, figuring she'll sort it solo. Neither sticks the landing. A real man doesn't mop up her mess. He's the cliff she crashes against and finds solid. His air's cool, his aim sharp, his fuse doesn't blow. She's raging, and you're the eye of the hurricane. She's sinking, and you don't sink with her. You're the rock she grabs. Picture this dance. 2 guys stepping in. One's a fuse. Her rough day ignites a shouting match. Her quiet streak has him fretting. What's wrong? Talk to me. The other's a steel beam. Her storm gets a nod, not a bellow. Her distance gets space, not a fuss. Who's she tipping her hat to? The steel, 'cause he's got the reins on the chaos, not flapping in it. She doesn't want a guy who's a yo-yo to her highs and lows. She craves one whose roots sink deep enough to anchor her wild. You were that man. Maybe she didn't clock it then, but your absence screams now. Other cats don't match that still you carried. She's left spinning without her compass. That's why she'll haunt the one who steadied her, even if she can't name the pull. With you, she breathed easier, stood taller, and felt the ground. This is stoic, carved in stone. Your strength isn't her crutch, it's your spine, and she feels the quake when it's gone. You don't need her to knight your worth. You wield it, and she knows the silence when you're out. Too many crumble, either drowning in her flood or ducking it like a chore. Plant your boots, let your calm cut through, and she'll wrestle with losing that steel. Take a beat. Why buckle when you can brace? Be the man who doesn't bend, and she'll feel that anchor long after. Ready to drop the chaos and claim your calm. Slam that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Drop this in the comments, fellas. I'm the calm she can't cut. That's your howl. Roar it, and let her chase the echo. 5. You challenged her and made her grow. All right, fellas, let's cut through the noise. Women don't cling to just any guy. They stick to the one who lit a fire under her to level up. She might have been pulled in by your grin or your hustle, but what keeps her tethered is you nudging her to rise. Most dudes either grovel for her good boy pat or tiptoe around her, scared stiff of rocking the boat. But the rare gem, the guy who doesn't fish for her thumbs up and isn't shy to push her when it counts, that's the one she can't shake. Women lean toward men who spark their brains, stretch their edges, and yank them out of the cozy rut. Not by barking orders or picking fights, but by being the mirror that says, "You've got more in you." Maybe you nudged her to tighten her game, flipped her view on something she swore she knew, or flat out wouldn't let her coast on lazy habits she used to slide by with. That kind of man doesn't just pass through, he carves a groove in her head. Too many guys, desperate to keep her, turn into yes men, nodding along, dodging the hard calls, letting her steamroll them to keep the peace. Weak move. The man who plants his boots on what he stands for. She respects that spine, even if she grumbles in the heat of it. Take this scene. Two dudes step up. One's a doormat. Whatever you want, babe, even when she's tanking her own life. The other, he doesn't bicker for sport, but when she's off, he lays it out cool and firm, stands his ground. She's acting high and mighty. He doesn't kiss the ring. She's slacking. He calls her up, not down. Who's echoing in her years later? The firm one, 'cause even if she pushed back then, she knows now he was on point. Here's the kicker. She doesn't hold tight to a guy shaking at the thought of losing her. She locks onto the one who doesn't budge from his core, win or lose her. You were that rock, even if she didn't cheer it back then. Forgetting you is an uphill slog now. Years down the line, she's muttering, "You called it," or "I get it now," 'cause you didn't just sit pretty. You shifted how she sees herself in the game. Maybe she won't confess it quickly, but she knows you forged a sharper. This isn't about flexing control. It's about lifting her without carrying her. Most fellas flop because they either smother her mess or shrug it off, hoping she'll fix herself. Nah, man. You stand like a lighthouse, steady, not swaying with her squalls. She might have bristled when you held the line, but when you're dust, that steadiness haunts her. No one else stacks up. Swing it. Stoic. Your worth isn't her applause. You hammer it, and she feels the clang when you're gone. Why bend when you can build? Be the guy who doesn't flinch at her flaws, but dares her past them, and she'll wrestle with your ghost. Ready to quit coddling and call your shots? Pound that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Drop this in the comments, brothers. I'm the push she can't dodge. That's your rhythm. Ride it, and let her feel the lift. 6. She felt a strong physical and chemical connection with you. All right, let's dive deep. There's a tie she can't snip when her body and soul got a jolt from you. It's more than sweet talk or brain games. Attraction's got roots in her bones. She might tell herself you're out of the picture, but her pulse and gut hum a different tune. If you lit up that raw electric link with her, shaking you off isn't a walk in the park, no matter how hard she tries. This isn't just bedroom stuff. It's how she buzzed around you, how you smell, your growl, your grip, and your whole damn vibe flipped switches other guys can't touch. Science backs it. Hormones and brain sparks don't lie. If you fired up thrill, heat, ease, and safety, those echoes don't fade quietly. Most fellas miss the mark. They bet she's all about chiseled jaws or fat stacks. Nope, she's hooked on how you stirred her when you were close. Your presence alone sent her reeling with a cocktail of feels. Good luck finding a stand-in for that brew. Picture this showdown. Two dudes in her orbit. One's a poster boy, easy on the eyes but flat as a board when she's near, no juice in her veins. The other? Maybe he's rougher around the edges, but his voice pulls her in like a tide. His stare pins her like no one else, and his touch lingers like a slow burn. Who's looping in her head? The rough one, 'cause he woke her up in ways she can't dodge. That's why she'll ditch a perfect guy who ticks every box, but can't stop chewing on the one who shook her core unexplained. She might date around, but alone, her mind drifts back to you. Ever wonder why she pings out of nowhere, weeks, months, years later? Something, a whiff, a sound, yanked her back to that zap, and no one else stacks up. It's why she'll poke at you, acting frosty, standoffish, playing over it. But she's testing. Does he still hit me like that? If you do, cutting free isn't in her cards. Here's the real juice. It's not just your mug, it's the steel in your strut, the command in your air, the way you hold her firm but smooth. Carry yourself like you know your weight. Lead without a stutter. Handle her with a grip that's bold yet steady. She'll carry that buzz like a tattoo. She might fight it, mouth off she's done, but her body's got your name scratched in deep. Swing it, stoic. Your power's not her nod, you radiate it, and she feels the hum when you're dust. Too many dudes flop, chasing her shine or slinking off when she dims. You stood like a damn oak, stirring her blood without bowing. She didn't clock it then, but now, that echo's a ghost she can't outrun. Take a breath. Why sweat her when you wired her like that? Be the guy who doesn't need her mirror, and she'll wrestle your shadow. Ready to quit the grovel and own your spark? Pound that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Toss this in the comments, fellas. I'm the hum she can't hush. That's your stamp. Plant it. Watch her feel the pulse. 7. You walked away with dignity and left a void. Hey there, fellas. Let's unpack something big. How you step away from her sets the stage for whether she can ever really shake you loose. Most guys don't catch this, but the way you exit her world flips the script on if she'll keep you in her head. When a man grovels, runs after her, or pleads to patch things up, he's tossing his respect out the window. And once that's gone, the spark fizzles fast. But walk off with your chin up, holding tight to your worth, and you turn into a puzzle she can't solve. That riddle keeps her spinning long after your dust settles. She's used to dudes losing it when she pulls back, blowing up her phone, freaking out, digging for where they screwed up. When you play that game, she's got the reins. She knows you're parked, panting, ready if she whistles. No rush, no sting of loss for her there. Shift gears now. Say she decides to bounce, and you just nod, let her go, and vanish without a word to fix it. That's when the ground wobbles under her. She's hit with a curveball. Wait, did he even give a damn? Why's he not clawing to keep me? Did I read him wrong? That wobble sows a seed of what if in her skull. The harder she tries to shrug it off, the more it gnaws. Was that a good man she let slip? That's when the slow drip of regret starts pooling. She's way more spooked by the guy who strides off clean than the one bawling for one more shot. Peel it back. When you don't chase, you drop the mirror on her choice. If you were gold, that quiet gets loud. She might hustle to fill it. New guys, work, scrolling feeds. But in the still spots, you creep back in. Because you didn't beg or crack, she's left wondering if she's the one who got ditched, even though she pulled the trigger. Take this tale. Two dudes both get the axe. The first one's a mess, texting, pleading, "I'll fix it, anything you want." He's all heart, but she's cold as ice now, no pull left. Second guy hears her out, gives a calm, "Got it, take care," and poof, he's gone. No encore, no sob story, just air where he stood. First dude's a safety net. She moves on easy, knowing he's still dangling. Second one, he leaves a hole, and that hole makes her feel the weight. She didn't see it coming till it's too late. Days turn to weeks, and when no one tops that cool he carried, she's replaying how he held it together. What's he up to? Who's with him? Does he even miss me? That itch festers into a quiet obsession. Women don't lose sleep over the guy always on tap. They ache for the one who walked off. No fuss, no note, frame unbroken. That guy's a question mark she can't erase, and those linger loudest. You don't need her tears to prove your point. Your dignity does the talking. Most fellas flop 'cause they cling or curse when she fades. Either way, they hand her the win. You let your absence roar, proving you're whole without her shadow. She thought she'd call the shots, but your steady exit turns her into the one chasing ghosts. Here's the Stoic lens. Your value isn't her leash. You forge it, and she feels the gap when you're smoke. Why grovel when you can glide? Be the man who doesn't need her stage, and her mind will wrestle with your void. Ready to drop the chase and let your walk echo. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Drop this in the comments, brothers. My quiet cuts deeper than her noise. That's your creed. Live it. Let her feel the hollow. Hey, buddy, ever notice a woman can't shake you loose? It's no fluke. She's hooked because you hit her hard, kept your worth high and didn't grovel. Guys who plead to stick around fade fast, but the ones who stride off with their heads up, they stick. She can't ditch a man who's a riddle, roots deep in his value, and leaves a hole when he's out. If you're still on her mind, it's because you handed her something scarce. A guy she couldn't steer, swap, or erase. That's the magic of a clean exit. That's why she's still tethered. Think soft. Most dudes crumble, chasing her shadow when she drifts. They beg, spill their guts, and lose their edge. You walked, steady, no fuss. Left her wondering, not winning. She's used to calling shots, but your quiet, "I'm done," flipped it. That gap you carved. It's loud, makes her question what she let slip. She might not say it, but that pull's real, 'cause you didn't bend. Here's a gentle nudge. Your power's in your stand, not her nod. She doesn't let go of a man who's rare, unshaken, unguessed. Stoic vibes say you don't need her to shine. You just do. And she feels the echo, ready to dig deeper into this. Hit subscribe on The Stoic Spirit. Links below. Packed with gold to sharpen your game in today's dating jungle. Spread this around if it clicks. Share it with the crew. Lift us all up. Keep your grit, your focus, and your strength locked tight. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for rolling with me. Would you believe me if I said she can't stop thinking about you, even though she'll never contact you? Picture this. She's out there, quietly keeping tabs. She's peeking at your posts, flipping through your updates, rereading those old chats late at night. Maybe she even starts typing a "hey," only to backspace it away. over and over. But that message, it's not coming, mate. And here's the raw deal. She's stuck in her own head, wrestling a quiet fight between wanting you and guarding herself. Her heart's tugging one way, her pride yanking the other. She thinks about you, where you're at, what you're doing, but the second she considers reaching out, the brakes slam. What's stopping her? Ego, fear, that gnawing thought. What if he's already past me? Reaching out means rolling the dice on herself. It's staring down the chance that you're a man she can't sway anymore, and nothing shakes her more than losing that hold over you. The truth is, most folks would rather stew in their own silence than admit they messed up. She's not about to be the first to blink. Looking weak isn't her style. So she waits, lurking, wishing you'd crack instead. But here's the kicker. If you do, you hand her the win. You prove she's still got your strings, and just like that, she's back in the driver's seat, steering your feelings. You're sitting there, mulling it over. Should I text? Call? Drop a hint? Nah, man. The moment you fold, you're a book she can flip open anytime. Predictable, safe, a memory she can poke at when she's bored. But hold your ground, show no flinch, no itch to reach, and that's when her head starts spinning. Did I read him wrong? Is he done with me? Was he ever really hooked? That's where the game shifts, not with loud pleas or long talks, but with quiet. The real pull comes from owning yourself, your heart, your moves, your calm. When you lock that down, you're a wall she can't climb. She senses it, sees it, and suddenly the tables flip. Now she's the one off balance, chewing on doubts, haunted by what she let slip. This is the Stoic way, brother. Control is your power. Not her tears, not her games, but your steady grip on you. She's not reaching out because she's scared to lose, and if you don't either, you're the one standing tall. Ask yourself, ready to take the reins? Tired of chasing shadows that don't call back? If you're nodding, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and flick on those notifications. Drop this in the comments, fellas. I steer my heart, not her. That's your line in the dirt. Step over it, and let's roll into what's next. Number 1. The reality of her silence. Hey man, ever feel like she's just breezed on without a care while you're stuck gluing your life back together? Here's the real talk. Her silence isn't her not giving a damn. It's a play. She's not texting or calling, not because you're out of her head, but because she's counting on you cracking first. She's got this figured. She knows most guys can't stand the not knowing, can't deal with that hollow ache after a breakup. That's why she zipped her lips, sitting back, watching the clock tick, betting your heart will trip you up. See, emotions are the game changer. The one who's feeling it harder takes the bigger hit. The guy who picks up the phone first, he's handing over the reins. So she's chilling, letting time grind you down, dead sure you'll hit that point where you can't take it, where you'll need her voice, her face, so bad you'll cave. And when you do, bam, she's got you. That text you sent, that "Hey, how are you holding up?" It's proof she's still rattling around in your skull, still got you on a leash without even trying. You're over there, mulling it. Should I shoot her a message? Check her Instagram? Give her a nudge? But the second you do, you're the guy she knew you'd be, reaching, predictable, looping back like a dog to a bone. Now flip it. What if you don't? No texts, no likes, no peeking at her stories. You go radio silent, showing her nothing. That's when the gears start jamming in her head. At first, she might figure you're just playing tough. But days stretch into weeks, and that smugness, it wobbles. Why is he not hitting me up? Did he find someone? Did he finally see he's enough without me? Did I actually blow this? That's the turn, man. Your quiet hits harder than any big speech. Suddenly, she's not calling the shots anymore. She's the one stewing, second-guessing, feeling that empty space where you used to be. But this only lands if you stick to it. No slipping, no late-night what-if texts. Let her marinate in that quiet, wondering why you're not like every other dude she's known. Chasing, begging, tripping over himself. Be the guy who doesn't need her nod to feel whole. Real strength isn't loud or frantic. It's steady, cool, rock solid. Master that, and she'll feel the shift in her bones. She's banking on you being the same old sucker, the one who'll always circle back. But when you don't, when you keep your cool, keep your distance, her world tilts. That's the stoic edge. You don't control her head, but you damn sure control yours. Her silence was her weapon. Now yours is flipping the script. She's not reaching out because she thinks she's got you pegged. But prove her wrong and watch her unravel. Ready to quit being a yo-yo, done letting her pull the strings, then smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Drop this in the comments, fellas. My quiet's my muscle. Stand tall and let her figure out what she's lost. Number 2, why chasing only pushes her further away. Hey buddy, you ever think if you just lay it all out, tell her how you feel, jog her memory about the good old days, she'll snap out of it and come running back? Sorry man, that's not how this game rolls. The more you chase her down, the less she gives a damn. The harder you yank to reel her in, the quicker she bolts. Why? Desperation's a turn-off. It reeks of shaky ground, shouting that you don't see yourself as the catch. You're putting her up on that pedestal, and the second she clocks that, respect flies out the window. It's just how we're wired, you know. We don't put stock in what's handed over easily. We don't ache for what's always there. We're suckers for the stuff that's just out of reach. Right now, whether you get it or not, you're showing her how to play you. Every double text, every remember when, every time you're the first to ping her, you're drilling it into her head. You're a backup, not the main gig. You might reckon you're hanging tough, fighting for love like some hero. But the truth is, you're killing the vibe, stripping away the mystery, the spark, the pull. You're serving up a big old plate of certainty, and certainty's the death knell for wanting. Think about it. A movie where you know the twist from the jump. Snooze fest. Dull. Obvious. Gone from your mind by breakfast. Same deal here. Now flip the script. Pull back. Quit chasing. Go ghost. That's when her brain starts doing flips. Where'd he go? Why isn't he hitting me up? Did I size him up wrong? Did I screw this up? Your disappearing act carves out room, and room breeds questions. All of a sudden, she's got no cozy emotional cushion to fall back on. She's the one stuck wondering, overanalyzing, squirming in that uneasy spot of not knowing what's up. And that squirm? That's what lights a fire under folks. Here's the cold hard fact. Nobody forgets a guy who's truly worth something. If she really saw your shine, she wouldn't have cut loose to begin with. If she didn't, well, you weren't big enough on her radar. So what's the move? You level up, turn yourself into the guy she'd kick herself for losing. But that only clicks when you let go. Stop running after her and quit forcing a tie that's already frayed. Real men don't grovel or beg. They ease off. They zero in on themselves, and bam, the whole power setup flips. You're not her puppy anymore. You're the guy she's got to figure out. Stop spinning your wheels, chasing a ghost who's already checked out. Ready to be the one they're itching to reach? Then smack that like button, hit subscribe, and flip on those notifications. Drop this in the comments, fellas. I don't chase, I pull 'em in. That's your new motto. Own it and watch the shift happen. Number 3. Emotional mastery. Hey man, ever notice how the guys who seem to give zero fucks always snag the most eyes? They're the ones who don't flip out, don't run after her, and don't let their feelings steer the wheel. They carry themselves differently. Cool, steady, and that's where the juice is. This isn't some fluke or hidden trick. It's about keeping your head straight. A guy who's got his emotions locked down, he's the one calling the shots. He's not jumping at shadows, freaking out over being alone, or groveling. He's untouchable. Women don't vibe with a dude who's a mess inside. They don't rate a guy who's a slave to his heart. You think she bailed 'cause the love ran dry? Nah, she split because that pull she felt for you faded. She watched you unravel, always needing her to prop you up, scared stiff she'd walk, and it choked her out. She didn't sign up to be your anchor. She wanted to lean into your grit, your rock-solid vibe, your knack for rolling with life's punches without cracking. The truth is, it's in her wiring. Deep down, she's drawn to a man who's a steady hand, not a wreck under stress. Not the guy who's begging, whining, or spinning out when shit hits the fan, but the one who takes the lick, stands up straight, and keeps trucking. That's the dude she can't look away from. So if you're stuck replaying every word she said, chewing yourself up over it, cut it out. Every minute you're tangled in that mess is a minute you're slipping, and the more you slip, the less she's going to see you as the catch. You've got to be the guy who's cool when everything's burning down, the one who doesn't blink at the quiet, who doesn't force a damn thing, 'cause he knows he's the real deal. Get that dialed in, and folks feel it. She'll feel it. And here's the kicker. It'll hit her hard that you don't need her to keep standing. That's your power, man. That's what flips the script. This is stoic as hell. You run your emotions. They don't run you. Ready to grab the reins. Sick of letting your head trip you up? Then smash that like button, hit subscribe, and flip on those notifications. Drop this in the comments, brothers. I call the shots on my feelings. They don't call me. Own that and watch how the game changes. Number 4. The power of mystery. Hey man, ever think about how being an open book might be why she's not sweating over you anymore? She's got you pegged, thinks she's got your number, knows what's swirling in your head, and can call your next move before you make it. That's her cozy little safety net, and it's why she's not picking up the phone. But what if you shake that up? Stop spilling your guts online, quit liking her posts, and don't play the part she's written for you. That's when the gears in her mind start grinding. She'll wonder, why's he gone quiet? Is he with someone else? Does he not need me anymore? That flicker of doubt. That's the spark, brother. It's what gets her hooked, makes her second-guess everything. Here's the deal. Folks are drawn to what they can't pin down. When you pull back, zip it up, and turn into a question mark, you're not just some story she's already read. You're a riddle she's itching to crack. Most guys mess this up though. They figure ghosting's enough and she'll come crawling back. Nah, it's bigger than that. It's not just about disappearing. It's about becoming a guy she can't reach anymore. Not with her eyes, her head, or her heart. Keep her guessing about what's on your mind, how you're holding up, and whether you still give a damn. The minute she's got you figured out, the magic's toast, and so is the pull. So quit handing her the playbook to your life. Don't make it a breeze for her to clock your every step. Let her stew in the unknown. Let her poke around, chew on it, and wonder where you're at. That's when she'll start reaching, when the "what if I lost him" creeps in, when she sees you might have slipped through her fingers for good. That's the Stoic edge. You don't owe her your insides. You keep your cards close, and that's your strength. Mystery's your ace, man. Predictability. That's the buzzkill that's got her comfy and quiet. Flip that. Be the guy she can't read and watch her start scrambling. Done being the dude she's got on lock. Ready to be the one she's racking her brain over. Then smash that like button, hit subscribe, and flip on those notifications. Drop this in the comments, fellas. I'm the puzzle she can't piece together. That's your new vibe. Own it and see how she reacts. Number 5. Rebuilding your value. The art of self-improvement. You want to flip the script so she's kicking herself for walking away? Quit obsessing over her and start piecing yourself back together. The truth is, she's not clocking what you say. She's eyeing what you do. She's waiting to see if you're going to fall apart without her or stand taller than ever. Right now, you're at a fork in the road, whether you feel it or not. One way's a dead end, stewing, overthinking, praying she'll text. The other, it's a highway to a new you, a guy too busy stacking wins to care if she dials. Regret isn't about her seeing you mope. It's about her watching you soar. When she spots you hitting the gym, bulking up, strutting with new swagger, upgrading your whole damn life, that's when it stings her. Not 'cause you're flexing for her, but 'cause she's locked out of the badass you've turned into. Most guys trip here. They chase payback, want to rub it in her face. Nah, buddy, you don't grind for her. You grind for you. The point isn't winning her back. It's crafting a version of yourself she can't touch. So what's your move? Are you stuck replaying old fights in your head? Or are you pumping iron, building that frame? Are you glued to her Instagram, fishing for hints? Or are you stacking cash, locking down your future? Are you hanging on for her thumbs up, or carving out a life so damn good her ghosting's just a faint echo? 'Cause here's the deal. The sweetest comeback isn't a speech. It's straight up success. When she sees that, she'll get it too late. The guy she ditched, he's long gone. This is Stoic gold. Your value's in your hands, not hers. She left? Fine. Let her watch you climb while she's stuck wondering what she lost. You don't need her to feel whole. You build that yourself. Hit the weights, sharpen your hustle, grow your world. When she catches wind of you thriving, that's the real power shift. Not some petty, look at me now, but a quiet, unshakable, I'm good. Ready to ditch the rear view and step up. Tired of living in yesterday's shadow. Then smack that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Drop this in the comments, fellas. I don't dwell, I rise. That's your new playbook. Run it, and let her see what she's missing. Number 6. The psychological trigger. Alright, dude. Want to flip the switch so she's kicking herself for ditching you? It's not about firing off a text or flexing your worth like some show-off. Nope. It's that cold, hard second she realizes she's got no sway over you anymore. Folks don't lose sleep over someone still hung up on them. They stew when the one they lost has bolted forward without a glance back. She's betting you're still stuck, sneaking peeks at her life, holding your breath for her to waltz in. As long as she's got that locked in her mind, she's comfy, smug, and running the show. Now twist it. Let her feel the ground shift. When she picks up that you've scrubbed her from your headspace, your heart, your days, that's when the damn it sinks in. She's not the one tossing you aside now. You're the guy slamming the gate. It's low-key, but hits like a truck. The way you quit biting at her hooks, shrug off her quiet, and stride like a man too caught up in his own climb to sweat the rear view. She'll catch that vibe, and it'll rattle her bones. She'll start chewing. Did I blow it? Was he more than I figured? Here's where her brain trips over itself. Psychology's your wingman, pal. Nobody likes a loose end flapping around. Once she's hooked on what if, she's got to dig. That's when she creeps, scrolling your stuff, pinging buddies about you, tossing out lame excuses to hit you up. But by then, you're over-needing her wink. You're too deep into morphing into the dude she never saw in the cards. Ditch the cheap shots. No revenge plots, no jealousy stunts, no begging her to feel bad. That's kid stuff. Fade out and level up. Turn into the guy she can't even brush shoulders with anymore. That's the real gut punch. Not chasing her back, but stepping into a you she's locked out of for good. She thought you'd hang around, her trusty plan B. Wrong. When you're out there killing it, that's when she clocks what she fumbled. This is Stoic 101. Your strength is in dropping the rope, not tugging it. She's not your yardstick, you are. Build your muscle, your grind, your whole damn world, till she's just a blip fading fast. Done being her fallback, ready to be the one she can't swap out. Then pound that like button, hit subscribe, and flip on those notifications. Drop this in the comments, fellas. I'm the catch she missed. That's your new tagline. Rock it and watch her wrestle with what she let go. Number 7. The final test. Brother, let's cut to the chase. You still wondering if she'll ever hit you up again? You're sitting there, picturing that day she wakes up, sees she fumbled you, and comes crawling back. That's the real gut check. 'Cause here's the deal. If you're still sweating, whether she regrets ditching you, you aren't over her. Moving on isn't faking it till you make it. It's that morning you roll out of bed, and she's just another face, another story, another, oh well. No grudge, no tears, no what-ifs. Just a shrug. Most guys trip over this last hurdle. They nail the playbook, go quiet, grind on themselves, stack up wins. But under it all, they're still peeking, still holding their breath for her to blink. That flicker of hope. It's a chain, man. It keeps you locked in, 'cause hoping means you're still tied, and being tied means you're still hurting. She might be keeping tabs, but whether she's sorry doesn't mean squat. Even if she dials you up, It's past the buzzer. 'Cause when you're truly done, you don't need her "my bad" or her stamp to feel good. She fades to nothing, and that's the kicker. That's when she feels the sting hardest. A guy who's free, no apologies, no strings. That's the heavyweight champ move. So level with yourself. Are you shedding her for real, or just fishing for a sign? If you're still sneaking looks, still curious, still wishing, you're caught, buddy. The only way out is dropping it all, cold turkey. This is stoic as it gets. You don't control her head, but you damn sure control yours. She's not your finish line, your piece is. Ready to quit clutching yesterday, tired of chasing a shadow that won't talk back. Then slam that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on those notifications. Drop this in the comments, fellas. I let go of what doesn't lift me. That's your ticket. Punch it and step into what's yours. Number 8. Why she's watching you but can't reach out. Picture this, brother. She's out there, eyes on you, but her phone stays dead quiet. She's itching to reach out, hovering over that send button, but she won't, can't. And here's why. Hitting it means facing the cold truth that you're not her toy anymore. She's running a sneaky little mind game, scoping you out to see if you're still the guy she left in the dust, still parked, pining, tangled in her web. By keeping her lips zipped, she sidesteps the reality check, dodging whether you've cut the cord for good. Deep down, though, something's tugging at her. She's catching the drift. Your spark's gone dim in her world. It's not just the lack of texts. It's how you've stopped circling her sun, stopped feeding that ego she used to ride high. She's peeking, not 'cause she's plotting a reunion, but to see if you're still close enough to grab. Then it lands. You're not. You've shaken loose, grown up, and moved on. That's when the "oh shit" starts simmering. She's piecing it together. You're the one she let slip away. That quiet from her, it's not her brushing you off, it's her sweating it out. She's spooked about losing a keeper, rattled at the thought of you killing it without her, and freaked she misread you big time. Her pride's got her nailed down. She isn't budging. Even if she cracks, don't get it twisted. It's not love calling. It's a test, a jab to see if she can still shake you up, still pull your strings. Here's the sweet part, though. By the time she tries, you'll be miles ahead, not even blinking at her name. You'll be past craving her green light to feel solid. This is stoic through and through. Your peace isn't her prize to give. You hold it tight. She's watching because the old you she knew is fading, and that cuts deeper than she'll let on. Why waste energy guessing if she'll break? Her silence, her mess. Let her wrestle it solo. Tired of waiting on a ghost that won't speak. Done fishing for scraps of closure. Then pound that like button, hit subscribe, and flip on those notifications. Toss this in the comments, fellas. Her hush doesn't faze me. That's your new groove. Lock it in and keep charging forward. Number 9. The ultimate stoic mindset. Listen up, brother. You still stuck wondering why you ever ran after her like she was the golden ticket? Flip that switch in your head. You're the real catch here, not her. The second you see it that way, the whole game changes. Think back. Why'd she have you so twisted up? Why did her opinion weigh a ton? Why'd her walking out dent your swagger? Because you handed her the crown, made her the prize. That kept you chasing, waiting, aching. But that stops right now, man. The Stoics had this nailed down tight. Your worth isn't up to her, society, or anyone else. It's yours to claim. Wrap your mind around that, and you're bulletproof. When you truly get that you're the one worth having, you quit scrambling for scraps. No more begging for a nod. No more tying your value to who sticks around or bails. You step off without a flinch, cut loose without a second thought. And bam, you turn into the guy she never saw coming. She can't steer you, can't play you, and can't swap you out. And here's the twist. That's when folks start sniffing around. People don't chase what's groveling at their feet. They hunt what's rare, what's gold, what's out of reach. But by then, you won't give a damn. Once you've locked in that stoic steel, built a life so rock solid that her ghosting's just a breeze, you'll see it clear. She was never the trophy. You were and always have been. It's not about her anymore. It's about you owning your ground. You stop sprinting after shadows and start standing tall. She thought you'd crumble, but you're stacking wins instead. That's the power move. You're not the runner-up. You're the main event. Ready to quit hoisting her up high. Done letting anyone else call your shots. Then pound that like button, hit subscribe, and flip on those notifications. Toss this in the comments, fellas. I'm the damn prize. That's your new beat. Live it loud. A stoic doesn't chase tail. He pulls them in. He doesn't plead. He piles up his own wins. He doesn't sit tight. He charges ahead. Keep your chin up, your focus sharp, and your worth in sight. Look, brother, when the dust settles, it's not about her. Never was. It's all you. How you view yourself, how you hold your ground, how you roll with life's sucker punches. That's what shapes you, not some breakup or a faded tie. Not if she's out there regretting she let you slip. Real talk. You don't need her to tie up loose ends, pat your back, or whisper she misses you. Whether she's sorry, whether she'll call, none of that's the point. What counts is you've forged yourself into a guy who doesn't give a damn about those answers. Too locked into your own road to peek over your shoulder. This isn't just about one chick. It's every bond, every hurdle, every time life throws a curveball. You've got two paths. Let it knock you flat or stack it into something stronger. The dude who comes out on top, he's the one picking the bricks over the blues. So what's your play? Are you going to sit there chasing shadows that don't talk back? Or are you going to stand up, grow, and own your strength? She might have been the spark, but you're the fire. You don't need her what-ifs to feel solid. You're building that yourself, day by day. This is Stoic 101. Your worth isn't tied to who's in your corner. It's in your hands. Quit waiting for her to hand you peace. Grab it, mold it, live it. Ready to ditch yesterday and step into what's ahead. Then slam that like button, hit subscribe, and flip on those notifications. Drop this in the comments, fellas. I pick grit over clinging. That's your new rhythm. Stick to it, stay sharp, and keep the wheel in your grip.